For 45 minutes, the best player on the planet could not even touch the ball. Kylian Mbappe, World Cup champion, national icon, and the man France built their entire attack around, was invisible for the first half of this match. But by the time the night was over, he had rewritten the history books. This is the story of France versus Senegal. France arrived in East Rutherford as one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. Two-time world champions boasting a squad so deep in talent that pundits were already backing them before a ball had been kicked. Senegal arrived with something to prove as the African champions, establishing themselves as a team built on pace, power, and pure self-belief. From the very first whistle, they showed they hadn't come to this World Cup to be anyone's warm-up act. Senegal started like a team possessed. In the 7th minute, Ismaïla Sarr broke through, denied only by a desperate block from Upamecano. And in the 23rd minute, the best chance of the entire half arrived when Nicolas Jackson outpaced the French defense and rifled a shot against the post. The ball came back off the woodwork, deflected off Magnon's back, and went away for a corner. France could not respond as Mbappe touched the ball less than any other player on the pitch, leaving the French captain, the man with the world on his shoulders, looking like a ghost. By halftime, the stadium was stunned because Senegal had the better chances while France had 0 shots on target. Ismaïla Sarr somehow blazed a golden opportunity over the bar right before the whistle, keeping the scoreline at 0-0. But everyone inside that stadium knew the truth. France were getting outplayed. The second half began and still nothing changed for France. In the 57th minute, Mendy produced a stunning double save, denying both Olise and Mbappe in quick succession. Then came the 60th minute, the moment that could have changed everything when Mbappe went down inside the box after a challenge from Sadio Mane. The referee pointed to the penalty spot, but VAR intervened, and after a lengthy review, the decision was overturned for no penalty. Mbappe stood there with hands on his head in disbelief. France were stuck, and Senegal were inches away from one of the great World Cup upsets. And then, in the 66th minute, everything changed when Michael Olise found space and slid a pinpoint through ball into the path of his captain. This time, Mbappe did not miss, producing a clinical toe poke past Mendy and into the net to make it 1-0 France. But this goal meant something far bigger than the scoreline, because with that strike, Kylian Mbappe became France's joint all-time top scorer, moving level with Olivier Giroud on 57 goals. The captain had broken his silence in the most important way possible. Senegal responded almost instantly as Nicolas Jackson burst through and slotted a brilliant finish past Magnon. But the flag went up for offside, resulting in no goal. It was a massive let-off for France, who suddenly looked like a completely different team now that the goal had unlocked something. In the 81st minute, a French substitute, barely on the pitch for a few minutes, received a perfectly weighted pass from Rabiot. Bradley Barcola took one touch, then delicately dinked the ball over Mendy to make it 2-0 France, marking an inspired substitution that paid off in an instant. Senegal refused to fold completely. Deep into stoppage time, in the 90-plus 5th minute, 18-year-old Ibrahim Mbaye shimmied past Theo Hernandez and smashed a fierce shot toward the near post. Magnon got a hand to it, but the pace of the strike was too much to make it 2-1. It was a consolation for Senegal and a moment for their teenage talent to announce himself on the biggest stage in the world. But France had one final statement to make. In the 90-plus 6th minute, Mbappe picked up the ball miles outside the box with no support and no clear angle. He didn't need one. He struck it from distance, sending a screamer flying into the top corner that left Mendy with no chance whatsoever to make it 3-1 France. It was one of the goals of the entire tournament, and with that strike, Kylian Mbappe became France's outright all-time leading goal scorer with 58 international goals. But there was more, because that goal was also his 14th World Cup goal, moving him above both Pelé and Lionel Messi on the all-time World Cup scoring charts, leaving only Miroslav Klose and Ronaldo Nazário standing above him in the history of this tournament. This match will be remembered for the 3-1 scoreline, which looks like a comfortable win on paper, but the real story was written across 96 dramatic minutes. It featured a French captain who went missing for an entire half, then delivered when it mattered most, against a Senegalese side that refused to be intimidated by one of the greatest teams in the world, hitting the post, forcing saves, and even finding a stoppage-time goal of their own. And at the center of it all was Kylian Mbappe, 27 years old, already a World Cup champion, and now etching his name above legends like Pelé and Messi in the history of this beautiful game. The chase for the World Cup's all-time scoring record is alive, and Kylian Mbappe is hunting it down, one record-breaking night at a time.